Hello, my beautiful goblins. We have a beautiful new deck here. We got a beautiful new deck, and I got my hair down. It's swaying. We got live evil VTubers. Watch out. Look, we got a very spicy number here. And you've seen him on the ladder. Evil Twin, very strong archetype now, in my opinion. Pretty darn good. Very consistent. And since it's a one-card combo, you're able to run so many hand traps. We got the 3 Max C, we got the Effect Failure, we got the Ghost Ogre, we got the Ash, we got one of Nibiru. We have Crossout Designator, which is amazing because a lot of people are running Ogre now. And one of the most important things, too, is we got Lancia. Lancia is very good in this format because it blocks out Designator, blocks out Called by the Grave, and it hurts floateries, their plays, so much. So having a very well-timed Lancia or just Lancing in the beginning of the turn can really just, if you know what your opponent's on, can really just shut them out. We got Imperms, which sometimes act as mini droplets. We use them on our terms sometimes. But most of the time, if you know what cards are really problematic that your opponent are playing, this card can shut them out as well. Now, when we look at how strong is this deck? I mean, one card combo. You summon a live twin, either Lala or Kill, and they summon the other one out. Then you can full combo. The way you full combo, you go into Kill, Evil Twin, and then Kill will summon La Lil from the graveyard, and then you can go into Lilal, and then you can go use Lilal's effect to bring back Kill, and then you can use them both to link 4 into Trouble Sunny. And Trouble Sunny is the new card in this format, which is insanely good. Look at this. Quick effect. You can tribute this card, which means negates do fucking nothing besides droplet. Tribute this card, special summon up to 1 Kill monster and La monster from your graveyard. Yes, you can bring both Link monsters back. And then you can also banish this card. This is not a quick effect though, this second part. You can banish this card from your graveyard, send 1 Evil Twin monster from the hand, deck, or face up on the field to the graveyard, and then 1 card on the field to the graveyard. So this is a non-targeting send to graveyard effect. Which is insane. And that's the reason why we also have Evil Twins, Kill, and Lilal in the deck. Because this is going to be your discard target from the deck. It's actually a very strong card as well. It could be a finisher as well. But the deck is very good, very consistent. You just need to know they are a little normal summon reliant, which I do not like, particularly in the archetype, but they can play through normal summon, especially if you end up having secret password. You can use that to fetch yourself a live twin home, and then you can combo off of that, or pretend you have a frost or a treat in hand, or you have like just a Kill. You can play the Kill or the Lilal, and if your opponent ends up negating the effect or ashing it or something like that, you have follow-up with one of these cards to special summon. Just remember, they have to have the opposite on the field for you to special summon. So if you have Kill on the field, you can only special summon Treat. If you have Lilal in the field, you can only special summon Frost. That's pretty much all you need to know with the deck. The deck, like I said, pretty damn good. I will say things got pretty spicy. The account was at Plat 2, and we climbed from Plat 2 into Diamond very fast. We went pretty much undefeated into Diamond, and we had some pretty damn good games to show as well, and we're going to be showing them. So stay tuned, check out some of the combos, and let's see what we end up doing. And at the end of the video, we will have a recap for anyone wanting to know the stats of the deck. So, let's get going. Hello, it's your boy, Asmongold. Just kidding. Maybe if Asmongold gained like fucking 600 pounds. We are playing against our leader, Garati. We're playing against Mirror Match. Who doesn't love a Mirror Match? So, we imperm their Lala. I'm going to call him Lala, by the way. We imperm their Lala. And then we get cross out on our Max C. You know what they say? Better lucky than good. So, Evil Twin Kill is coming out. Isn't there an anime called like that? I don't know. This guy's clearly a weeb. This guy's clearly a loser weeb who weighs 700 pounds. Unlike me, who's an absolute Chad unit. He's definitely not fat. He's definitely shredded. And looks like a god. So, I wanted to point out, in the mirror match, right? Called by the Grave is the single best card. Because if you shut down their evil twin, double, treble, whatever, fucking Sunny, you shut that down, they can't do much. Just remember, your treble Sunny's also shut down. So if you go into it, you're not gonna be able to activate the effect like you wanted to. So now that we get that over the way, go to Kisa kill, boom. Called by the Grave, there's shit. And I'm going to tell you, out of all the games that we're seeing here, you're going to see a lot of hand traps, a lot of interaction, a lot of interactive gameplay. I'm not even saying that sarcastically. Look at this. I got effect failured. I called by the Grave his thing. And I'm just like, damn. This fucking bitch is wild. Actually, Gara is probably a guy. To be real. So we end up going to Lala. Lala brings back and then Droplet discards his Droplet. Dude, look at that. That's interaction at its finest. Are we in like 2005? Interaction's a thing? Attack. Gara's on the edge of his seat now. He's like, oh man, this guy, he bested me. This guy, I can tell, this guy, FatZoidTTV, which is twitch.com. You can follow me at FatZoidTTV. Come on, come follow me. I can tell this guy is a huge wang. And you know what? They would be wrong. Very wrong. Some people compare it to a thimble. By some people, I would say my wife. But, you know what? It's not too bad. It's kind of like she's a lesbian. Think about it. He ends up suiciding his Maxi. And boom. GG. If that isn't a shellapping, Jesus. Gotta give him that disrespect slap. But I will say the matchup is one with the hand traps, so having the Called by the Grave gave me a huge advantage over this kind gentleman or female, probably guy. Alrighty then, we're in game 2 and we're playing against a guy who doesn't even know his own name. It's like I think it's like 3 different languages. He's playing Tri-Brigade, so you already know he smells weird. I play Tri-Brigade too. Except I play Gladiator. Gladiator Beast, so it makes me less smelly. But still a pretty pungent stink. Well, we effect failure his kit. He passes. Not sure why. He has the follow-up, so I'm not sure why he just paused it there. He ended up ashing me on his. I cross out designate, but you know what? 3 different names here. He's gonna get me with that Maxi. So I really don't want to give our opponent anything more to draw. And I already know he has follow-up. And if I destroy this kit, he's just going to go into Nerval and get another card into his hand. So I just decide to do nothing. Because it's going to give him too much card advantage. So he goes into Fractal, sends the Nerval, and then adds kit. This guy's a fucking whack job. Just saying. The weirdest fucking plays I've ever seen. And then he goes to Bear Brum, normal summons Karas. And then he goes into Apollosa. Again, weird fucking choice. Maybe he doesn't know I have Droplet, so... Because I wasn't streaming these games, so he couldn't stream snipe me and find out. He gets a Revolt. And I have to assume he puts back kit. There's so pointless getting kit in the first place. I had to assume he put back kit, so I'm expecting that one of those cards is an Imperm and the other card is something else. Is the Tri-Brigade. So we actually go into Ling Karibo, and this is why we have the card in the deck. It's mainly for Imperm, but it works out pretty good at this point. You could lose Ling Karibo, right? And then, boom, Apollosa activates, and we droplet the Apollosa. So we actually negate the revolt with the fucking Lingkaribo. Imagine getting countered by Lingkaribo. I would plan a note for my family for the next day. I'm just saying. I'm saying. You know? I would 100% be doing that. Our opponent ends up going into Verte, which will give us a draw. We draw Secret Password. Very good follow-up, right? We got the Imperm going, though. As much as I would like to draw another card, I'd rather not deal with DPE. So, effectively, we traded 500 life for 2,000 life. That's what that turn revolted in. We draw another Secret Password. Good for us. We actually have to stop this Verte because we don't want him activating next turn. We activate Lala. Imperm happens. I already knew it was probably Imperm. It was kind of telegraphed, like the way he placed the cards. So we attacked with Lilal. Boom. And that is that. We had to kill it. I mean, Lilal on the field did nothing for us anyway. So we're going to get Secret Path. Actually, we get lucky. We get the Kisa kill. And he called by the graves my fucking Kisa kill. And I'm swearing at this guy in 3 different languages, like his name. And it's not going to help, though. We have Secret Password, though. Because in the end of life, this guy don't got these guns. That might have been pure fap, but it's something. I'm actually a relatively strong guy, believe it or not. I used to be jacked. Very long ago. Before I was married. I used to be pretty jacked. Alrighty. So we got fucking negated. Dude, this is a interactive match, isn't it? And then it ends. Well, now we are playing our 3rd match, and it's against Miley Cyrus. So let's just show this bitch. We're gonna show her a lesson. And I actually didn't mean that. She's not a bitch. She had like a weird phase. She's a bit more normal now. The only mistake I made out of all this was I should have summoned the other twins. So I should have summoned Lilal and Kisa Frost, because Frost is better to have in the graveyard. But we get Nibiru anyway, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So, which is fine. This is actually fine. We get a draw out of this at least. So our hand's pretty much the same. Our hand literally didn't change. We have Ghost Ogre now, which is very good for this exact reason. So we're going to Ghost Ogre this because Miley Cyrus cannot get away with this. Fuck that bitch. Again, sorry for calling her a bitch. But he plays Lord of Heavenly Prison. And for those asking, Lord of Heavenly Prison only prevents set cards from being destroyed. And once the card's actually summoned, it doesn't prevent anything anymore. So we summoned our Lilal, which is our lolly little VTuber. And that gets Solemn Striked. Kind of sad. And then he summons Lord of Heavenly Prison. And I love that card. Really like that card. It's very cool. But he gets Fusion Destiny, which makes me think Cyrus is a fucking scumbag. And we're going to have to show him the true way of the ninja. Boom. We go into our Kisa kill. Now we can combo. Boom. We're going to pop that. Trouble Sunny. And then we go in for the kill. Mope. Magic Cylinder. We have to activate because we don't know what other burn cards are running. We have 5,000 life points. We don't want to die. So we have to play. We gotta play smarter, not harder. We get a free draw out of this. We get an Ash Blossom, which is a good draw, by the way. And then Trouble Sunny's effect. And then we go into another Trouble Sunny. So we got rid of his last back row, which was a Witch's Strike. Jesus. This guy was prepared for all my summons, I guess. He goes into... And this is a desperate play if I've ever seen one. My goodness. Gonna have to activate Trouble Sunny. We gotta send Cyrus back to the Shadow Realm for the fucking twerking she did in that phase she had. I don't know if you guys are remembering this phase. She had like this weird thing with Robin Thicke. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know why I remember this. I don't even follow that shit. We droplet the BMer, and that's pretty much gonna be pretty much over. I mean, you really can't win from that point. I cross out Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogre, and I can just keep churning the combo over and over. It was GG. So, I heard you guys like interactive games. Well, we got them. We're going to get Sword Soul again. We got all the hot, spicy ones for you guys today. Fucking Ghost Ogre, that Moye. I don't want to swear, but I really want to say an F word when I say Moye. So, I'm going to try and lower that down a little. Drew another Ghost Ogre. Dude, I love Ghost Ogre. Like, I wasn't using it before, but now there's so many cards that it can hit that's really good to hit. And it feels so good just popping it. Blowing a load on your opponent. Feels amazing. Yeah. I said this was interactive, right? I must have lied. So, we play Kisa Kill. We get Ash Blossom. I'm going to tell you one thing. I already know my opponent has a blackout, right? 100% they have a blackout. The way they're playing makes me think they have a blackout. So, I fight tooth and nail for this Ash, knowing I'm going to get blackouted anyway. And you might say, hey, Fatsoy, that was a mistake. Why would you do that? Fuck you. It probably was. But I knew I was going to get blacked out. I wanted him to use it to just get it over with. I mean, I had nothing to really get rid of it. Like, this deck doesn't have back row removal. And unfortunately, all my combos takes 2 cards to do. So, I got rid of the blackout. The good thing is these types of decks don't really run more than one. So, he's going to go Strategist. Boom. And our opponent already used 1 crossout. Not a very high likelihood they have another. So I think we're good. We're going to Ghost Ogre. And they're going to negate, obviously. And then it allows us to droplet. But you see, Habu comes from a tribe who likes to fuck people in the ass. And sorry again. I'm gonna watch the language. I'm sorry. Because they just cross-out designated me for a second time. Not a good feeling. I could tell you that. Not a good feeling. I feel like I'm in Abu Ghraib right now, and I'm being tortured. Kind of like, I don't know. I'm not even gonna say it. So we play Live Twin. We get our Lilal. We're actually able to start doing things. Feels great. It feels fantastic. I want to start singing It's Raining Men. Because of how good I feel, you know? We go into Lilal. I mean, this combo... The great thing about this deck, too, this deck is easy to learn. Easy to learn. I mean, the combos are pretty fucking basic. Pretty basic. The only thing that's a little odd is there's some cool shenanigans you could do with the Unchained Abomination. It's pretty neat. Dude, I get Gamad, but I have the Ash, so we're all fine. Right? We're all fine. No, he has a 3rd crossout. He has a 3rd crossout. You know why? Remember why I mentioned about Habu's tribe? That's why. I'm in Guantanamo Bay right now getting waterboarded. That's what's happening to me. So unlucky. But we have the Kisa Kill in hands, and we drew Secret Password, so we're like Gucci. We're going to be grabbing our beautiful little baby girl into our double babies. And we activate Secret Password to thin out the deck. That's literally the only reason. If you don't want to thin out the deck, you won't have to activate there. But I actually want to draw hand traps at this point. Now, here is an important distinction that you smelly little goblins need to learn. I'm going to do a little test. I want you guys to write in the comments to me right now. When you use Lilal's effect, which card do you pop? Do you pop the Moye or do you pop the token? I'm going to give you a second. Tick tock, dun, 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 dun. I hope you have your answer. Hope you wrote it in the comments down below. So the right answer is you pop the damn token. Who cares if he kills one of these? They can revive each other. The token, he has Vishuddha. They can return one of our cards. And he also has... he's shown us he has a Shuna in hand. Like, there's no reason to keep the token alive at that point. Who cares? Like, it's over. We have Access Code Talker in the deck. We're going to be able to go into that. And then pop his little smelly Moye ass. How is this a worm? Have you ever seen a worm that looks like this? I haven't. They normally look like a slug almost. Except not. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that game, and now is going to be the follow-up, which we talk about the statistics for the matches that we did and how the deck performed. I hope you guys watch. So, we are going through a recap. How did the deck perform? Well, we had a little over an 80% win rate. We won most of our games. The games we did lose are games I noticed. Most of the games we did lose, I noticed we were going second, which begs the question, do you want to pump up the droplets or add in some back row removal? I think it's a best of one format, so I think you should play for best of one. And if you're playing for best of one, I think the list as it is fine. You're playing so your turn ones are very hard to deal with. And that's exactly what it is. Shy of Droplet, like Trouble Sunny is a really annoying card to deal with. And even if it's dealt with like with a Kaiju, obvious choice, Kaiju or a Droplet of their own, guess what? You have tremendous follow-up with the deck. You get to draw a bunch of cards from Kiseki, which makes you feel like your combo, you're always replacing itself. So remember the one card combo, guess what? Kiseki draws a card, so it replaces itself in card advantage. So one thing I will say though, the deck does feel a little weak when it comes to the fact that it is reliant on normal summons. It's not as bad as you think. It's like, I didn't have that many problems with it. Like sometimes you just have to wait. It's like you summon a monster, they negate it, you fight through a bunch of negates, and then you just wait until the next turn. Everyone's running a bunch of hand traps. As you've seen in my games, it was literally hand traps. It was like the war of the hand traps. It's crazy. But that's just how it is in Diamond. Not a big deal. I think the crossout designators are a must because I think you have to have them at 3 at this point. I mean, you've seen so many hand traps being used now. You've seen how strong the Ghost Ogres are. I would even touch the hand trap package. If anything, maybe you bump the Veilers up. Maybe you can bump the Veilers up to 2, maybe Nibiru to 2. But like, where are you taking that from? That's some balance you have to find there. Maybe you could drop Ghost Ogre to 2 to bump up this to 2. But Ghost Ogre performed fantastically well. Lancia performed fantastically well. I wish I got some good highlights of it. Nibiru, always a good card. We have it in the deck, obviously, for the crossouts. If I had to give this deck a power scaling out of 10, because I like to do this at the end of videos, I would give this a solid 8. I would say it is a solid 8 out of 10. It's definitely not tier 1 or tier 2, or even, it might fall in the tier 3 section. Maybe even, it might be 2.5 or 2. I don't know, it's pretty damn good. Like, I was winning a lot with it. I mean, that doesn't mean much of anything, because it's still a small sample size in the whole scheme of things. I mean, if I play like 30 games, it's still a small sample size. But I would say, since I played against very competitive decks and we won pretty hard against a lot of these decks, I would say that I'd confidently place it at like 2.5 or 2. It's a pretty good deck. Is it better than Sword Soul? No, not at all. But if you want to play something different, have fun, and hit Diamond 1 with it, this is a good deck to play. Very expensive, unless you need to build all these hand traps. So if you're on a brand new account, you're just starting to play Match the Duel, and you're like, I want to play Blue Eyes. Fuck playing Blue Eyes. Don't play it. Be smart. Build all these hand traps so you can build a bunch of decks. And then after you build all the hand traps, you can, it's just a few ultra rares after this. This deck has particularly a little more because you have 1 here, you got 3 with the spell, and then you got 3 with the boss monster. So 7 hand traps on, 7 ultra rares on top of all the hand traps, kind of a lot of an ask. But overall, still not too bad when it comes to the price. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, follow my Twitch. I will be streaming on Thursday. It will be a fun stream, and we are going to be going into a lot of fun decks. So, see you then. Bye.